Hey guys, this is Rambo, and I'm taking a look at ILUS here again today. And it's same old, same old. I know it's a little frustrating, but we're still consolidating. So we're, um, just up, down. And then it was a couple days since I did my last video, and I told you don't just buy because we break resistance. Look and wait for the next candle. And what I mean by waiting for the next candle is letting it finish. Now, this is a daily candle, so you'd have to sit and wait for the whole day to figure out what's going on with it. And if you noticed, if you got in, early and all excited, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have a red candle, and then another one, and now you're holding bags. So that's why it's always important to look and wait and see what's going on to make sure that it's an uptrend. Just because you have three, green candles in a row doesn't mean it's in an uptrend. We have that's what resistance lines and support lines are for. So we have one at 0651, 0579. Like I said, we were all excited when it broke 0579, but then we had this kind of little red doji here, and then we tanked back down to the 0536 level. We're not quite down there yet. What I imagine will happen is tomorrow is that we will touch the 0536. Now the good news is if we hit the 0536 and then we bounce off of that and maybe even break the 0579 area and then test the 0579 area to see if it is a support. If it bounces off 0579, then we have a support line, and now we have a higher high and a higher low. And that's what we want for a sign of a beginning of a trend change. Now we obviously have higher lows in the long run, but we're still in this consolidation area. If you are in it already, what I would recommend is maybe waiting for that bounce up and then average down a little bit. If you're not in it, it's easy to pull the trigger thinking, hey, here's a low, I could get in right here and it's going to come up. Oh, really? You don't know that. It could still obviously come back all the way down to the 044 level. But considering again the higher lows, we might test 055 and then come back up. That's one scenario. Again, what I'm looking at is this upward resistance trend line that we are still under, and that we are still under this downward resistance trend line. So a little bit earlier, we were in kind of like this area right here. It's called no man's land. The trend lines have changed. So now we are definitely still under two resistance lines. What would be really nice to see is if we come up and we break this upward resistance trend line and then bounce off of that. That would be a really good sign to buy in about wherever that dip will be. This isn't a dip, okay? This is nothing right here. We don't know where it's going to start going up. It could continue down. What you want to start doing is buying on the uptrend. So it's up, then it dips, and then when it starts to come up, then you buy in. That's where you want to go. You don't want to buy dips as it's going down. You want to start. A good entry is to buy when you know it's broken trend lines, certain resistance lines, and then it bounces and stays above that resistance line, and then you could take off from there, and you know that you've done a good job. Yes, you're not at the very bottom, but you know that you are buying in at a good price, a value price, as it starts to come up. So again, these are the trend lines that I'm looking at. It'd be really nice to see what happens to ILUS tomorrow. Hopefully, it sounds weird, but I hope it starts down and bounces off to 536 and starts upward. Or if it just takes off from, right off the get go tomorrow, don't get excited just because it's blue and it's taking off, because guess what, this was blue and it took off, and then what happened, it retraced just about 100%. So you want to wait and see what the next candle does, um, and get confirmation before you act upon it, because you don't want to be caught holding bags. um, One other thing, real quick, that I wanted to touch on. Some people were asking me about Fern. Fern looks great. Again, here, we had it's been in a long downtrend right here, and then it had a nice kick up. I had my buy area right here. It came down, consolidated right here. And then we had this nice jump up right here. This would have been in my buy zone right here. And now it's continuing to go up. What to look for next? I would say that Fern is definitely, we have a little topping tail right here. That means buyers came in and started to press it down a little bit. We had a nice gap here. And we have a good support at 011. If you're in it already, congratulations, have fun. Hopefully it will break. I guess the next line that you want to see of resistance to break is 013. If you're not in it, and you're curious about, when should I get in, let's say we have a blue candle starting tomorrow. Don't get FOMO. It's already trending up. Okay, you don't want to buy. You don't want to get FOMO when it's trending already. You want to wait until it retraces. Now tomorrow it might retrace back down to the 01 level, and then that would be good. That's healthy. You want to have around a 50% retracement. That's a sign of good strength, of a good strong retracement. So if it comes back down 50%, then that would be considered a good area to get into. Let's see. Here the move started here, I would say. So it gapped up, and where's my retracement tool here? Okay. So the move started here, and we're up right here. So a good retracement line would be a good strong retracement would be back down to the 099 level. So we would have a retracement down to 50%. Anything more than that, then I'm not expecting a strong bounce. It just might come back to the 099 and then might come down to 82. That's something to look at. But if it bounces off to the 38%, which would be 106, or it comes down to 099 right here, that would be a really good entry point to get in. Again, you have a red candle, blue candle starts here. Okay, that would be aggressive. You could get in right on the blue candle, maybe at 10, if it breaks 106, maybe buy here. But I would wait. If it comes up to 104, I don't care. The next day, if it starts blue again, then I'd get in right, about right here, and then you would see a nice strong move up. So again, you're not getting in at the lowest point. I don't care about that. I care about getting in as it's coming up. So that would be a good scenario, because again, if it does retrace and kicks back down this far, it's not going to go as high, and then we might have consolidation, something like that, or we might have something to where if it came all the way back down to 8.2, it might come up to 9.9, and then we might come down and maybe test the the 0066 level, and then bounce around and something like that. All those things are feasible, but considering we had a good long consolidation here and then a ripped up, we had a little topping tail here, so the buyers did come in a little bit. So I'm expecting maybe tomorrow that we might come down to the 9.9 level or the 106 level, which would be a really good rest before the next move. Now, does that mean that that's going to happen? No. We might end up just from this level to continue on upwards. And if that's so, me being conservative, yes, you're missing out on some action, but again, I'd wait for a retracement, confirmation, and then get back in and catch this area right here. So you know that you're on your way up in the action instead of buying on the way down, something like that. So we don't want to do that. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good night and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow. You guys take care.